Good morning, everyone. I guess it's technically Wednesday evening for me, but for all of you that are watching this, it will be Thursday morning. So good morning. Even though I still have roughly a day and a half left till the end of the month, I thought I would go ahead and go to completed pages for the month because Friday we're kicking off Mandala Mania. And what I'll be doing is showing some of the pictures that people have posted for Feline February to wrap that up, and then we'll kick off Mandala Mania on Friday. Does that sound good? Well, I hope so, because that's what we're doing. So, anyway, today's been a day, as y'all can tell, a day in like all capital letters. Most of it I don't want to go into right now. I'll just save it all for Friday. So let's go ahead and get to our finished pictures. These are not in order of completion. They're just in order of I happened to grab the book. And the only thing I did differently was keep all the Feline February ones in their own pile. That's about as far as I went in terms of organization. So for the unicorn coloring book, we finally got this page done, which I've been coloring on since January. It was done using Fila colored pencils, and then I think I used a Jelly Roll gel pen there for the unicorn horn, which you can't really see, but it does glitter. I promise. It does. I like how it turned out. Still a good, really big fan of the Fila colored pencils. So there is that one. Where is my done stack? There is my done stack. Let's go ahead and do this one because this is a very large book, as you can see. I realized I had neglected my Color Quest book, and I had not done one since the Sugar Skull from last November. I know, it's been like 3 months almost, and I can't believe it's went by that fast. So I worked on this one. This one took some work. I don't know why it felt like more of an effort than the others. But here is the completed picture. This is the third one in the book. I believe this is St. Basil's Cathedral in Russia. That's what both my husband and I determined through Google searching. So hopefully that's it, and I didn't just totally screw up what this is. So there is that one. This one was done with just budget-friendly colored pencils. Budget-friendly markers. No, do not come up here. I do not have room for you, cat. As you can see, it is always Feline February here. No worries about going into March because there will always be felines here all the time. Anyway, this was done using budget-friendly markers, Sharpies. I think I used some Shuttle Arts, Amazon Basics. I used a lot of those. If you step on my keyboard and stop this video, I'm going to beat you. Alright, anyway. So there is that one. I'm not putting that with my other stack because he will knock it off if I do that. It's Oreo, by the way. He probably won't come up here. He's generally shy when it involves coming up on my desk. It's getting close to dinner time for them, so they are all slowly accumulating around me. Like, at some point I'm going to stop and look, and I'll probably have about 6 cats just all staring at me at once. And yeah, it's kind of creepy. Like, if I don't feed them, then they're just going to eat me and get it over with. I decided to break in my Flowers and Gems book, and I did this one. I have this here because I haven't done the fixative yet. This was done using the Blick Studio markers, and then I just used a basic chalk pastel for the blue background. Very first picture I've colored out of that book. Definitely won't be the last. John at the Bibliophile Colorist has been doing a Biblio Floral color along this month, and so I have quite a few flower pictures. I had those anyway, but they were getting colored one way or another. So the one for this month is this one. This is the Floral Design Color by Number coloring book. It is by Jessica Mazurkiewicz. And here is that page. I think I used Amazon Basics again, some Bics, and some Sharpies for this one. This turned out really pretty. This might be one of my favorites so far. I am working through this book a page at a time. I have one behind this, which some of the marker bled over to because my sheet wasn't behind it all the way, but I'm hoping that's fixable, so we're gonna hope. Breaking in Books, Tenderful Enchantments. Finally, one of my first hardback books, and I just wanted to test out mediums, so I did the title page. It'll happen. Here we go. Here is the title page. I used a variety of colored pencils on this. I used the Fila colored pencils on the leaves and the flowers, and they were pretty nice to use on here. What I liked really using in particular were the Black Widows, the Artesas. I used Black Widow for the branch and the violin. I used Artesas for the oranges. And then I used Prismacolor for the purples, and all of those did very well. So your softer end colored pencils will probably do better in this book, at least in my opinion. But the Filas did well too. The only problem with them is they did, because I was pressing down so much, they did kind of create some bumps on the other side of the page. So just keep that in mind with the harder colored pencils. You may have that happen. Also for Bibliofloral, I have World of Flowers. Should have known that was coming using that book. Now, can I find the one I worked on? There it is. Here is that picture. This was all colored using Fila colored pencils. I'm hoping to do the other side using some different ones and do those in like some blues and purples as a kind of side by side on that. Not that I'm going to pull them out of the book or anything. We have Elegant Escapes, which is a Crayola coloring book. Also for Bibliofloral. I mean, so many coloring books have flowers, so a lot of these we're going to get colored one way or another. Here is my completed page for this month. For that, I used the Crayola dual tip markers. I like them a lot, except the brush tip side is fantastic. I love it. The bullet tip side is pretty awful. It was even, this is Crayola paper, and I was using a Crayola product, and it was still causing pilling of the paper. Plus, the dark red leaked all over my desk, and it looked like a murder scene, and it was just, yeah, it was a big fat hassle. But I did that, and then I used some of my little sticker gems to kind of just jazz it up a bit. I also used some Jelly Roll gel pens. So you do have some sparklies. And finally, for, I believe, my non-cat related colorings, I finished this one yesterday. I was so excited, I had to go ahead and post it on Instagram. This is probably my favorite picture of 2019, and one of my favorite pictures overall. This is from a fairy tale. This is from Enchanting Fairy Tale Scenes by Marty Noble. This is from a fairy tale called East of the Sun and West of the Moon, which I am not familiar with. I need to get familiar with it. It is actually the picture that's on the very back of the book. The polar bear, I guess this was a polar bear, was white in this one, or they just didn't color him. Oh, that was it. Okay, so I only colored part of it. I'm just an idiot. Anyway, I decided instead of making him look like a polar bear, he was going to be a pink bear. Pink bear, don't care. Anyway, sorry, I had to make that a hashtag. I mean, it was a given. I put a lot of effort into this, a lot of effort into the blending, and even got some of the reflection off of the moon itself. Again, I used Artesas and Black Widows for these, and they worked like a dream. We'll definitely be using those way more in the future. Alright, so now we get to the Feline February journey. No particular order. Cute Cats Colored by Number. This is a Dover coloring book by Sharon Lane Home. I just wanted to use some colored pencils and stick them on a paper. This is a fairly straightforward book, so I colored this page. You can tell how much colored pencil I used because of the shininess. I'm trying to remember. Did I use Feelers for this? No. I used budget-friendly pencils. I think I use, well, not budget-friendly, but middle grade pencils. I use like Amazon Basic, Timeless Creations, Crayola, not the student grade, the artist grade or whatever. So just use a variety of the pencils that I have in my jars for this. Finally came back and finished this one for Valentine's Day. This is from Mer Kitties in Love by Deborah Muller. It is a Zen doodle book, and I will find it. Here is that one. This one was done using mostly Blix, but I think I had a little bit of shuttle art in the actual fins as well. Turned out really cute. Markers. All markers. Oh, all markers except for, where'd you go? I used just a little bit of gel pen. It's kind of hard to see on the hearts. Because what is Valentine's Day without sparkly hearts? Am I right? Hashtag sparkly hearts. Anne at A Colorful Life did a featured artist this month, which was Jason Hamilton. This, unfortunately, is only the only book I have of his, but of course it's going to have cats in it. I ended up coloring, not that picture. That was a test page that went awry. I ended up coloring this picture. I used my Copics for this. I liked it so much when I got done. My plan was to actually go over this with pencil and shade it, but I liked it so much when it was done, I just decided to go ahead and leave it. I thought it was pretty on its own. I almost went a month without doing a page in Costume Cats, guys. I know. Couldn't let that happen. This is Costume Cats by Jade Summer. As we're progressing through the book, I did this one for this month. I know the whole field's not green like this, but I was not caring, and I was running out of my Prismacolor dark green on that, and I had to go grab my other one. Fortunately, I had a backup of that, and I just by that point I was like, oh well. So here is that one. This was all done using markers. I think there's shuttle art up here. This was all Sharpie stuff. This was Tiki Hot Tan from Big Marking. I remember that one specifically. So next one up will be this one, which should be interesting. Don't know why I'm getting to that one. That most likely will be the next one. I could always veer off from going in order there. Yes, I know I said cats, but there are cats in A Million Owls, I promise. This is A Million Owls, Owls, enunciate, by Lulu Mayo. This was done using a whole bunch of shiny, shimmery, glittery gel pens. I think I was using some Arteza gel pens in here. I used some Copic gel pens. Really, Michelle? I used Arteza gel pens. I used Jelly Roll gel pens. Oh my gosh, it's been a day. Anyway, super shiny. Well, if I had the light overhead, it'd be a little easier to see, but I didn't want it to like reflect off the front of the book the whole time. Stained Glass, Color by Number by Deborah Muller. I did. You'd think I'd bookmark these, right? I did this page. This was all done using Inktense. This was my big kitty for the month. Really, I just love the color of the Inktense. I really do. At first, I was a little, like, meh about the picture, but then when I started activating it with water, that was when things got real interesting. The start of the month, I was still really in my slump and was just kind of like, I just want to put color on paper, so I did this one. I think this was just like Sharpies or something, and it's already coming loose from the binding. It is loose from the binding, or did I pulled that out actually, so that's my own fault. This was all done, I think, using like Sharpies and Bics and stuff, so I just like the little mouse and the cat duo on here. I thought it was cute. There's that one. Cats in Venice, not venison. Cats in Venice by Stefania Miro. I just posted this one. This was the only color along I could fit into a video this month for Feline February. No, that was not the page. You'd think I had the page I did bookmarked, but alas, I do not. So this is the page I showed as completed this morning. I used, was it just Prismacolor markers on this? I love how it turned out. It is just bright and vibrant, and that's exactly what I wanted. So, very fun picture. I really enjoyed coloring this one. I enjoy coloring them all, but that one in particular I was having a pretty rocking good time with. Good God, how old am I? Like, let's just go ahead. I'm going to start getting AARP cards in the mail. Or something. I promise again that wasn't a beer. It was a Coke Zero. Alright, last but not least. I had mentioned in my Cats in Venice color along, I cannot enunciate, that a year ago is kind of a coloring anniversary of sorts for those of you that didn't see it. This was the first picture. I think it was from like a Cats and Dogs dollar store. It's by Bendon. So I at least have that much right. I had purchased a 48 set of Prismacolors and ended up using those here. Just straight coloring. Had just started watching coloring videos. Didn't really know if I was going to pick it up as a hobby or not, but this was like the first picture I finished in the whole starting adult coloring kind of thing. So I figured, as sort of an anniversary thing this morning, that I would complete another kind of funky cat picture like that using just random colors and the colors that would go with that 48 set. So this was the page I finished this morning. As I know there aren't very many chartreuse cats out there, I figured this was a good one to go with. I actually really enjoyed doing this one. I don't know. It was just kind of like, okay, well, what color am I going to pick? And I had to go and research which ones were part of the 48 set since I have the full set. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do this every year, and so I'm going to try to remember to do that. And this wraps up Feline February, and this wraps up my finished pictures for the month. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, because I didn't count beforehand. Y'all should have known that. 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, I started to say 12 because I can't count. 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 pictures completed this month. I know it's not a race, but I get that and all, but for me that's kind of significant since I had such a rough start to the month and such a rough end to last month that I'm hopefully getting my coloring mojo back. Any picture I happen to finish tonight or tomorrow, I'm just going to tack on the March. It's not going to be a cat related one, so, and even if it is, I can just show that on Friday. So for the rest of the week, Friday, you will get a few mandala related flip throughs of a couple more books I got this week. And we will show the Feline February coloring. I can't talk. Feline February colored pages from Instagram or anywhere else that has the tag Feline February 2019. If you haven't gotten your page done yet, no worries. If you want me to show it, you still have till March the 1st, so no rush on that. Actually, you could do it anytime, really. It's not that big a deal. Like I said, it's going to be felines around here all the time, so it's not just going to be in February. But anyway, I'm going to show those pictures. We'll wrap that up. Then we'll turn right around and kick off Mandala Mania. I will be coloring a picture for that. It will be Mandala Mania 2019 as a tag. I will formally introduce it all on Friday with my co-hosts and everything, and we will kick off March with a bang. Well, not a bang, but I don't know. Anyway, we're going to kick it off with something. It's I might get one of those little New Year's Eve things that you can blow and make really obnoxious noises with and throw some confetti on here. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed and talk to you soon. Bye for now. And I'm going to end it at some point. Where'd my mouse go?